Good afternoon, good evening. Actually, it's not Shabbos, it's Sunday, but it's Tu B'Shvat. And about 1 in the morning, I get a text from my dear cousin Rifki in New York. Tu B'Shvat, Shemitah. I said, I'll tell you about Tu B'Shvat. So that kind of pushed me to, put this video together. I was learning last week a little bit on Shabbos and today about Tu B'Shvat with the Pri Tzaddik. And why not? It's one of those underrated? I don't know, underpublicized. There we go. Chagim of the year. And the question is, what is it all about? Eating a couple of fruits. Some people, some kids, one time a year you have a piece of fruit is Tu B'Shvat. But really, what is Tu B'Shvat? So it's a lot of Zohar, a lot of interesting, deep thoughts behind this. And one of the interesting points that the Pri Tzaddik brings up is the fact that we are referencing Eretz Yisrael in benching and in Alam Milchia. And you think about it, how important is benching? If they keep talking about Yerushalayim and Eretz Yisrael, so I'm living in Flatbush, I'm living in Lakewood somewhere, maybe I shouldn't have to bench. And there's actually a Tosfos in Brachos that says that, you know what, maybe it's only the Rabbanan. Maybe if you don't have any land, you shouldn't have to bench because Eretz HaTova Shanasan Lach. Hashem didn't give you land. Maybe you shouldn't have to bench. So the question is, are women mechuyev benching? A Kohen Levi doesn't have land. But in any event, what's the purpose of Tu B'Shvat if the only thing we care about, fruits, and we care about the day, is Eretz Yisrael fruits? Why do we care about the age of fruits, Rosh Hashanah of the trees, how old the tree is, how old the fruit is? It's only Kuf Meiser. What year do I have to bring Meiser Sheni, Meiser Ani? Well, how old is the tree? When was it planted? When is it blossoming? That's only in Eretz Yisrael fruits, and only if you're living in Eretz Yisrael. If you're living in Brooklyn, who cares about fruits in Eretz Yisrael? And that's A. And B, what's your connection to B'Shvat? If I'm eating a fruit that grew in Atlanta, Georgia, what's the connection of Tu B'Shvat? Do I have to eat Israeli fruits? Do I not? What's this whole idea about? So the Pri Tzaddik brings down Maram Chagiz, and who brings also Rav, the Chacham of Lublin, who says that, it's a minhag to eat Eretz Yisrael fruits. Okay, it's a minhag, it's Torah. We don't say Tachnun. Again, what's the kesher? And the Pri Tzaddik wants to make a point that even though you're living in Brooklyn or living in Lakewood somewhere, the shefa, or the water that comes to help the fruits in Florida or Atlanta, is coming from Eretz Yisrael. The world is sustained from the water, the rain of Eretz Yisrael, and the runoff goes to the rest of the world. So even though the fruits are ripe in June in Florida or July in Florida, the real shefa that helps the fruits is based on the Israel calendar. And this is the rainy season. And just like today, it rained just about all day, and yesterday it rained most of the day, and Friday it rained a lot. We had a lot of rain, Baruch Hashem. But now we have a couple of leaks in the house. Like everyone in Israel has leaks in the house. Causes a lot of rain. Okay, it's another story in itself. But most of the shefa comes from Eretz Yisrael. And therefore, whenever we bench, no matter where you are in the world, you thank Hashem for the land and the fruits of Eretz Yisrael, because whatever is sustaining the fruits of Eretz Yisrael, that same water, that same shefa, is sustaining everybody all over the world. And there's certain kedusha. And the Pri Tzaddik goes further and says that la'asad lavo, he brings down the Zohar, is that Eretz Yisrael will have the land of Yerushalayim, and the whole world will have the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael. And the point is, we want to go back to before the sin, before Adam and Chava, before the sin. So we eat fruits that remind us of the Eitz Chaim, Eitz Hadas, the trees before the sin. So we're trying to turn the clock back. And we're trying to say, just like when Adam and Chava lived, Hashem's presence was everywhere. The Kedusha was all over the whole world. After the sin, the presence is a lot smaller. There's a Mishkan, there's Yerushalayim, there's the Aron, small areas. And what we want to do is, by having this connection, is to bring this Kedusha of Eretz Yisrael into the fruits. And by thanking the land, we get to spread the Kedusha all over the world. And that's kind of where we want to go. We want to say that the Kedusha is not just Eretz Yisrael, but everywhere. And when a Jew eats a fruit, whether it's an Eretz Yisrael fruit or a fruit, my mother's calling, a fruit from Eretz Yisrael, a fruit from anywhere, we want to take in this Kedusha and spread it to the entire world. And that's what we're trying to do. So the two pieces we're trying to do, the Pri Tzaddik says. One is we're trying to mitaken ourselves to a pre-Avera state, when before Adam and Chava ate from the tree, there was no sin. And this month in Shvat, which leads up to Adar, which leads into Nisan, we're trying to fix this pagam of eating. We want to eat the Kedusha, we want to make proper brachos, we want to have the right kavanas when we're benching, when we're saying the brachos, we want to have the right, we want to be mitaken ourselves. That's A. And B, the second part is we're trying to bring Kedusha to the entire world by having in mind that any food I eat should have Kedusha just like I'm eating it an Eretz Yisrael or an Eretz Yisrael fruit. Enjoy the day. Tu Shat. Chag Sameach.